In this video, I'm going to show you how to add an alarm and how to get notifications for that alarm when it's actually active. So I'll be using this level station again. That's been our demonstration site a few times. So I will show you how to set up an alarm based on a high level, which is a common application. So the parameter we're going to be looking at is the corrected level, which is the sensor 420 milliamp output, which is referenced to a datum. So the corrected level is what we're interested in for this example. So first step is we are going to set up the alarm itself. So you right click on that and select the properties of that parameter. And you go to the states tab. So the state for a default parameter, there is only the normal state, which means it does not matter what the value is. There will be no alarms for that parameter. So to change from the normal where there's no alarms, we can add a state and we choose a name. So we're going to, in this case, set up the name of high level. Now I'll just show you before we do that what the value looks like currently. So if we go back and have a look at the chart view, we can see that this station happens to get flow events every now and again, around 0.3 meters. And the historic data that we're looking at, there's no alarms shown on that chart. But what we can do is if we actually set up those alarms, we'll come back after this and have a look and see how those alarms look on the chart. So I am setting up the name of a high level alarm here, and I will give it the value of 0.3 meters. And we do want to raise an alarm when the value is above that threshold. So you can say that the data might have a different quality, but it's not really a quality alarm in this case. It's just a level alarm, so we'll leave that as none. You will choose whether notifications are active or not, and you can define the category for which that alarm belongs. So some alarms are maintenance alarms, such as if the internal humidity was getting too high, then that would be a maintenance alarm. But this is an operations alarm or even a critical alarm because you really want to know when level at the station is above the normal conditions. So your operational crew may do something about it. So for this one, we'll choose operations, and we'll give it a message that says water level approaching overflow point threshold. Okay, just for example. Now you might want to add another state, and we'll actually do this a low alarm, such as we'll say the inlet dry. That happens when the threshold is 0. Now that will be another operations alarm because we may want to do things differently. Inlet flow is low. Pump may be out of water. So that's just an example. That can be anything you want it to be. Okay, now you can see here that the first alarm by default was above the normal, which means that when the level goes above the threshold, it will be an alarm. You can, and the dry message we have happened to be defined as below 0. Now you can move those by dragging, by clicking and holding these bars. So just for the example, I've shown you that you can drag the normal below the inlet if you wanted to have multiple high level alarms. But in this case, the correct order is that normal will set above inlet, which means that when it's above 0.3, it will be high, and when it's below 0, it will be dry. Okay, so once we've defined those alarms, we can go back, and now we can see that that threshold actually appears on our chart. So Eagle is smart enough to automatically plot the high level alarm on our level data chart. Okay, so that is step 1. We have defined the parameter. What we'll do now is let's actually have a look at how to monitor the parameter. So if we go to the list of parameters that we're measuring for that site and we scroll down to the level corrected, the icon that we're looking at to show whether we're subscribed to that alarm is this eyeball looking thing, and it appears under the email notification icon. So the default is grey, meaning we are not receiving notifications for that alarm. However, if we click on that, we will then be subscribed to seeing notifications if when that parameter goes into the alarm condition. Okay, so that is for critical alarms. Oh, well, actually, no, sorry, we define that as an operational alarm. Now, you might want to look at your user account, user profile, go to your notifications for that workspace and see if you're subscribed to the email and SMS alarms for each category. So in this case, I'm subscribed to all, but I could deselect maintenance alarms. So I'm only going to receive email alarms and SMS alarms for operational or critical. Or you might say, I only want SMS alarms. So deselect email, and then you'll only receive SMS alarms for those categories. So you can control that on whatever workspace that you're interested in. Okay, so you can choose different configurations for different workspaces depending on what roles you provide for each of those workspaces. Okay, so like I said, the key steps are define the alarm itself, where you set up the thresholds of what the alarm conditions are. You then choose whether you're subscribing to the alarm, and then you choose under your user profiles how you receive notifications for that alarm. Okay, so they're the main steps. Thank you.